Hello everyone, and welcome back to week 1 of not PUD, what am I on about? PPL. I thought it was a P then, thought it was going wrong, but it does start with a P. Yeah, very excited. Week 1, we're going to try and do our best. We're playing Cowtow. From what I've heard, he's a really good player, so I'm excited for this game. Coach of the Columbus Conkeldurrs. Going to be a fun one. Let's get right into his team. First of all, he has Big Palafin. He has Tinglu, Pecharon, incredible defensive combination, those two. Tera Hydrapple, which is Tera Steel Fairy and Ghost. A Sizzle, a Reggie Aleki, an Inteleon, which can translate into Electric, Water, or Fairy. A Terrakion, which has Ghost and Fighting Terra. Ogapon, Hearthflame, and any of the 4 Oricorios. So a very tough team for us to deal with, but let's get into what we are bringing. First of all, we have Seth the Skeledurge. We are running Terra Fairy this week, and we're leftovers, and we're a very Fizdef set. We have Torch Song, Shadow Ball, Terra Blast, and Slack Off. This thing can sit in front of a few things on his team. It's very solid into the Sizzle pre-Terra. It's pretty solid into the Hydrapple pre-Terra. It's pretty solid into Tinglu. If we terrestrialize into a Fairy, can do decently into the Palafin, just setting up. Does decently into Inteleon if we terrestrialize, does very solidly into Terrakion if we terrestrialize, because then, you know, it's a 50-50 on what he has to go for, especially if he's Terra Ghost, he no longer hits it super effectively, and it does decently into the Ogapon and the Oricorio, depending on which one he brings. If he brings like the Fire one, then we do pretty solidly into it. So yeah, it's fun, just a Spadef wall this week. We have Terra Blast Fairy, Shadow Ball, Torch Song to boost herself, we are obviously unaware to prevent setup, and we have Slack Off for recovery. Next up, we have Iron Treads, which is the Clay Amulet, and that is to block parting shots from Petron, because it's our main Petron swapping. We're very fast set. We have 4 attacks: Earthquake, Iron Head, Ice Spinner, and Rapid Spin. Earthquake, Iron Head are very solid stabs. Rapid Spin to get rid of hazards, and then the Ice Spinner allows us to obviously 4 times hit that's Hydrapple before it terrestrializes, and also allows us to hit certain Oricorios. For example, if he brings the Electric one, it allows us to hit that super effectively. Psychic one, we can wall pretty well. Ghost one, we can also wall pretty well. Next up, we have Hydreigon, which is our Scarfer this week. We're running Draco, Dark Pulse, Heatwave, U-Turn. His team really struggles into this thing, especially when we are Scarfed. The only resist, obviously, to those massive Draco meteors before either Inteleon or Hydrapple can terrestrialize is that Sizzle, which is why we have Heatwave on this set. Dark Pulse is also really nice, only really resisted by the Tinglu and the Terrakion, which would get a justified boost, so we're not going to be clicking that too much until that thing's gone. But yeah, other than that, his team really kind of struggles with Hydreigon, so I think this thing is going to be very crucial to our offense this week. Next up, we have Iron Boulder, which is Terra Grass, running the Life Orb. We are Swords Dance, Poison Jab, Close Combat, Zen Headbutt. This thing, it looks incredible, right? Zen Headbutt plus CC hits so much of this team super effectively. Zen Headbutt plus CC. Obviously, we're hitting the Palafin neutrally. We have Terra Grass to resist Jet Punches coming from that thing. We have CC for Tinglu. We have Zen Headbutt for Petron. If we get to +2 with our Life Orb, we have a roll to one-shot the Petron, which is crazy. Hydrapple, I do think it's going to terrestrialize in front of us, and we can then hit it with the Poison Jab into its Fairy Terror, which I do think is Fairy Terror this week. We can just CC the Sizzle. We can hit the... We can hit the... Sorry. Why am I thinking? We can hit the Reggie Aleki. Obviously, that thing will always be faster than us. That thing should die to most things. We can Poison Jab, Inteleon, or just generally just one-hit KO. If we got Swords up, Terrakion really struggles to take Zen Headbutt if it's Fighting Terra, and otherwise it takes a lot of damage from Zen Headbutt anyway, even if it is Ghost Terra. Ogapon is not great with dealing with Zen Headbutt, and Oricorio, depending on the type, I don't think it really comes, but depending on the type, we can also just obliterate it with Sword Stance hits. Next up, we have Rillaboom. We are running Assault Vest this week, and we are very decently offensive set actually with this. And we are Grassy Glide for that priority, Brick Break to break down screens. That could come from something like Reggie Aleki. This is going to be our main Reggie Aleki swapping, which is our AV. Knock off to just get rid of items, and U-turn just to swap around. Just in general, obviously having Grassy Glide for that Palafin and Tinglu is really strong. If that Hydrapple whatever Terrors is not Steel, we should be able to do very well into it. Sizzle could be a swap in, but we can get rid of its items and other things and U-turn around on it. Reggie Aleki we just swap into. Inteleon we also can just deal with very well. Terrakion we can Grassy Glide. If it doesn't terrestrialize, Ogapon we just U-turn around it. Next up, we have Zoe. It's our last member. Zoe, we're running the Bibiri Berry just to resist the Sizzle hits. We are Flamethrower to KO that Sizzle, which I think is going to be a massive threat. Psychic Noise is for Petron. If that wants to be the swap in, we can hit it for super effective damage and prevent it from recovering. We can Wish to heal up the rest of our team. And we have Rocks, which are very, very nice into things like Oricorio and Ogerpon Heartflame, which can never run Boots. So yeah, that is the team for week 1, and I'll see you lot all in the battle. Hello everyone, and welcome to week 1 of PPL, where we're playing Cowtow and his team, the Columbus Conkeldurrs. It's going to be a very interesting game. Let's note these team members down. I'm very intrigued to see what he brings. We have connected. Still no mono. Still running on the OBS, but it's fine. We're going to be counting on the phone once again. We see the Tera Hydrapple, which I believe is Steel, Fairy, and last one is, what is the last? Tera. And misrecalling, Ghost. We see the Ogerpon, the Palafin, the Regieleki, the Petron, and the Tinglu. So, does not bring the Sizzle, very interesting. No Tera Terracion's nice. No Tera Intellion's really nice. No Oricorio. Didn't really prep much, but I think this thing's annoying anyway. So a lot of the top, like 5-ish. No, I prepped a lot for Sizzle this game. So I'm very intrigued. See what he leads this game. It could just be Palafin. Could just lead the Rillaboom. Rillaboom looks pretty solid this game actually with what he brought. Do we lead Hydragon? I think I'm just going to stick to the plan and lead the Boulder here on the chance he leads the Palafin. Let's see what the lead is. The lead is going to be Hydrapple. Very solid lead for him. If this thing is offensive, it shouldn't KO me. I do half with a poison jab. He knows I could Tera Grass immediately. He could be Tera Fairy, which is scary. How much is Rillaboom taking from hits from this thing? We should take him pretty well. U-turn does about 33 if he doesn't Tera. And we take Fickle Beams fairly well at like 25%-ish. We could also go into you. You've got Steel Fairy Ghost. Don't hate the Hydragon. Tera Blast Fairy is probably the scariest thing that could come from this right now. I also don't mind the Skeledurge just immediately. Skeledurge doesn't do too much to this, but we do take a lot from Fickle Beams, which is annoying. But then we can Tera. I think I am just gonna go immediately into the Rillaboom. And we are gonna swap out. What are we gonna see from this? We're gonna see immediate Tera. Okay, this team was put together rather quickly, so I thought a second maybe I forgot Grassy Surge. We do see the Tera immediately, so Steel Fairy or Ghost. If I had to guess, I'd say Fairy. Is Fairy, okay, good to know. And what is the move of choice? It's a Giga Drain, okay. So he did 4... about, is it 44 damage there with a Giga Drain, which doesn't actually look modest. Is that really offensive? Not really. He's not too offensive on this. It doesn't look like. I think we just click a knockoff on this. How much does a Grassy Glide do now that he's Tera Grass? If he's max HP, we do about 26%. I think we could U-turn, we could knock off. I don't mind knockoffing this. We'll do about 11% and get rid of its item. He does withdraw, which is fine. What is it into? It's into bad. Is that Petron? It is Petron, so we're going to get a nice knockoff on this. And we do see the Colbur Berry. Okay. Nice to get rid of that, because that was probably for Hydragon. And how much should we do? My calc is off again. I don't know why it is off. Technical difficulties. That looks about right. So he took about just under 10%, or rather just over, with the copperberry. Wow, putting items in is bad on this. See, Colberberry knockoff did about. He's very Fizdef, it looks like. Maybe max Fizdef. Should I be faster? Probably not, right? Yep, so I do not have the greatest weapons to this. Can just go treads. Apologies for the quick decisions. If this thing is just max Fizdef, it does take a lot, especially with me running Earthquake. He does Parting Shot, but we are Clear Amulet to prevent it. I completely forgot that there was going to be grassy terrain, so that's not good. Should have been high horsepower. We do like 26%. We could Ice Spinner on the prediction. There's no hazards up. Could just Iron Head as well on the... Well, he doesn't go Hydrapple now. What does he go? He probably goes Ogre Pond, to be honest. Or maybe even to the Palafin to get it activated this turn. I think I am just going to go for the Iron Head here. We'll see what he goes into. Shouldn't be able to do too much to us. Shadow Ball does decent chunk. He does withdraw into what? Into One Tree Hill. I don't know what that is. It's Tinglu. Good swap. Could have Ice Spinned. I'm gonna do a decent chunk to it. Tinglu. Defensive hazards. Don't think we saw any leftovers or anything. Ironhead did about as much as it should. If he's max HP. Go into a variety of things here. No hazard removal isn't great. Oh, we do, but it's Ice Spinner. We could just go into the... Let me just go back straight into the Rillaboom here. Should have checked how many turns of terrain I have left. Grassy Glide is like 40% to his max HP. He does Spike. Yeah, that's annoying. Don't have boots on anything. So that's kind of rough. Grass disappears, which is annoying. I'm just going to U-turn here. Yeah, this is not a good start to the battle. We're in a dire spot. Probably want to go Skeledurge here and get our Tera going. It's probably ideal. He's going to withdraw into what? Bad. We've already seen this. It's the Petron again. We already knew this was Colbur. We do credit. Doesn't really matter because we're not doing barely any damage. This is itemless. We could go Dirge. We could go Hydreigon. Dragon. We wouldn't quite KO this yet. We could also go Skeledurge. We would do a lot with Shadow Balls. Could get in my thingy, but I am just gonna get... I think I have to go Hydreigon here. We avoid the spikes. We can go for a Dark Pulse here. No, thingy is really, really nice. I do think I just U-turn on this. Do I have the Dark Pulse? That Hydrapple having its fairy up is very annoying. Should have ran Flash Cannon like I was hoping. I was thinking maybe he doesn't bring... I thought Sizzle was here, 100%. I was thinking of bringing no Dark Pulse and bringing Flash Cannon. But, unfortunately, that is not the choice we made, and we've got to deal with it now. This Hydrapple is going to be a problem. Could allow us to get in our Iron Treads here for a spin, though. I don't think he wants to risk taking a Specs Dark Pulse on this Pokemon. Especially with no Colbur Berry to protect him. He's thinking hard about this one. We could see a parting shot here. Now we do see the withdrawal into what? He's going to learn we're attack invested. One Tree Hill. I really enjoyed getting a huge U-turn off on this. This is going to be a good chunk. There we go, nice. This could try to spike again. This could give us Rillaboom. We could try and get our rocks up. I do like that play. Fortunately, we don't have the fairy move here, but I'm just going to click rocks. This thing is very, very bulky. Just making life a little bit harder for him to swap around is nice, and seeing boots is always good. I'm going to try making some sort of progress this game. He does stay in. Good play. Is he just going to keep spiking? He is, yeah. We can spin these away with the Iron Treads later. Do you think I'm just going to wish now, though? We go into a multitude of things. We could try getting we have Babiri Berry for Sizzle, so that's not being around is also not good on this set. Yeah, over-prepped for Sizzle, I guess. Really thought it was coming. I'm still streaming in the Discord, right? Yeah. Don't know why it's so laggy, though. He's thinking hard and long about this one. This could be a very slow battle. Immediately I can tell. Hazards are going to be a big part of it. He does have 16% hitting most of my Pokemon. Hydreigon won't be hit. He does withdraw. Okay, good play. We're just going to wish here. Bad. That's Pecharunt, right? He's going to take rocks, yeah. We're going to get our wish up. I honestly don't hate staying in and clicking a Psychic Noise for about 33%, preventing this thing from recovering. This thing is a nightmare to deal with, so I'm just going to click Psychic Noises. Yeah, we're going to do a good chunk there. That looks like his max Fizz Def, rather than max his HP. He's going to go for the Shadow Ball, good play. Does a good chunk, not too much. We are going to get our wish back, which is nice. He might make the double to the Tinglu, so I'm going to Flamethrower this turn. He does swap into what? One Tree Hill. So that is Tinglu again, good for us. We're going to get a little bit of rocks and a little bit of Flamethrower. Does weaken us with the Vessel of Ruin. We have now shown the full set, so he knows he can't really hit this. Don't get a burn, which is unfortunate. We've seen what spikes from this, and I think that's it, to be honest. We can just go into Rillaboom now, I think. He might just set up his third spike here. Pecharunt being chipped is really nice. We just always click U-turn, just do a lot of damage to it. Still don't know item. But do know it's not boots. He just clicks a Ruination, which is a fair play. Can do a lot of damage. And I think I'm going to knock off this turn. If he goes into Pecharunt, good play. This could be the Ogerpon Hearthflame turn, which would be very scary. Probably should have just clicked U-turn. That was a better play. A bit of a misplay from me here. But if I can get rid of this Tinglu's item, whatever it is, that'd be nice. We do get rid of the Tinglu's item, which is lovely. We're going to get rid of the Choppleberry. Okay, that's very nice. He's going to Whirlwind. Good play. I'd love Boulder to come out here. I wouldn't mind Dirge either. It's going to be Hydreigon. That's actually really good. Is this thing in range of any hit or anything? I could just U-turn. I do want to check my Hydreigon damage into this. That is the Pecharon. I was about to say, that's a lot of damage with a Dark Pulse into a Tinglu. This could potentially not hit me, but I do about 20% with a U-turn. I'm going to click it. He honestly is just going to spam Whirlwind if I had to guess. Which is a little bit annoying. How much is my Skeledirge doing with a Tera Blast Fairy? 22.5. Yeah, this is not good for us. Really bad for us, in fact. How much is the Dread's doing? Ice Spin is doing 25. I don't like this. I'm going to go into Skeledirge, try and get our Tera going. We'll have to see what he clicks. If he clicks an Earthquake, good play. He clicks a Ruination. Yeah, good play from him. We're going to get a good amount of recovery, though, from the leftovers plus the terrain. And we're going to click a Slack off here, I think. He shouldn't really be able to touch us very hard after our Tera is up. We do a good chunk to him, so we're just going to Tera and Slack off. This thing being at 50% I think means it is in range of a CC from our Iron Boulder now, which is really nice. If we can get that thing Swords Dance, we're actually in a phenomenal spot. He does withdraw, so we're going to get the heal here. What is it? The choice is that the Hydrapple. Interesting. And it looked like it was Boots based on the fact it didn't take rocks. So we are going to get our fairy up, and we're going to heal up. And now we're going to just start Torch Songing, I think, into this. Obviously, even if it's plot, it doesn't do much. Giga Drain will hurt us if he's max special attack, which we know he isn't max special attack. I'm just Torch Song doing like 27.5 is not bad, and he's probably slower than us. Unless he's speed invested, he's base 44 with base 66, so we should outspeed this. I'm just gonna Torch Song here. Yeah, nice Torch Song hit. Should do about 20-something%. Yeah, good chunk. He's gonna Giga Drain for a lot. Is that like Specs? Whoa, that is a lot of damage. That did a lot of damage. Do I not have Grassy Terrain up? Is that what it is? 250 special attack, Tera Fairy, Hydrapple. Tera Fairy, Skeledirge. Should be taking 51 to 60. Did we take about that? I guess it was about 60%. This is a tough one now. Because we're probably taking a huge chunk on Iron Treads too, right? Yeah, and we don't do too much back. Yeah, he does so much damage to us. Do we need chip on this? I think we really do. I think we have to Torch Song again. There is no Grassy Terrain anymore, which is nice. Yeah, we do a huge chunk there. Should live this? Yeah. Skeledirge +2 should do a huge chunk of damage to this. Does about 60 to 70%. with a Torch Song. We don't do more with any other move. We can start Slack Off spamming, I think. We'll be fine. Is that worth it? I think we have to Torch Song again. I'll take the trade of having this thing super low because Hydreigon really needs it to be low and it's not going to heal too much with this kill. But yeah, this thing is a problem to get through. Maybe throwing away my Hydrapple was a big mistake here, we'll have to see. This is where I could get my treads in. And try and get a spin off with treads. Don't hate that play. Because I need these hazards gone. Could EQ first. I don't hate that play at all. I'm going to EQ first. Just in case he does go Petrarant. Because obviously he wants to save this. Does go into Petrarant, okay. And that thing is low. Does it die to an EQ? That is the question. It does. So we get rid of Petrarant, which was a big threat to some of our physical mons. We do have treads up here. That means we could spin with treads now. He already goes Palafin. If he goes Palafin, I probably will spin. If he is baby Palafin, we do about 20% with a spin, and if he's like banded, he'd do like 55 point. He would kill with a wave crash if he's banded, even in baby form. Which is kind of crazy. Oh, there's no longer a grassy terrain. We would do like half with an EQ into that baby Palafin if it's no bulk. Our plan now is try and put things into a position where Boulder can win, but how much does a Jet Punch do to... It probably does way too much to Boulder, actually. The Palafin's Jet Punch. There he is, the man of the hour, Palafin. I think we have to spin. This could lose me the game if I get this wrong and he's banded and just wave crashes me to death. Hydrapple's about 50% before rocks. He does swap, which is nice, so we do get a spin off. It's into... Is that Hydrapple? Yeah, nice swap from him. He is Boots, we confirm that. But we are going to get rid of all these spikes on our side. And his EQ swap in is non-existent, so we're going to click it. Hydrapple. EQ with no grassy terrain doesn't do too much to this. Oh, that's when you're not a fairy. If you're a fairy, we do 32.6, 240. I mean, you're always swapping. There's no way you're staying in, right? So I'm gonna EQ. You stayed in and sacked this off. That is crazy, and you barely hang on. Does go for the Earth Power, and is gonna KO. I don't know what's wrong with my calc, because according to my calc, that should be like a very low roll to kill, if it even does kill ever. He doesn't have great answers to Rillaboom now. I think I can just click a Grassy Glide here and scare him. Or just a U-turn. I think you save this, right? And go Hearth Flame. But have to take rocks going Hearth Flame. He sacked this. Crazy. Yeah, we're in a really rough spot. He does swap, so we do get that right at least. One Tree Hill, is that not Tinglu? Okay. He's giving me more damage on this, I don't mind. Big damage. it's boulder time. CC is pretty unguardable here. If it does just give me Tinglu, I'll take it. That was a big problem for my Screamtail. And you will see him life orb. What is my win con now? That is a great question. Rillaboom can do a lot in the back with Grassy Glides. Do heal a bunch here. So take about 4%. Even better, that's Palafin. Yeah. He's gonna have to take rocks unless he's boots. Nope. 0 to hero. This is Bandit Jet Punch, so I just lose. That is not the question. Do I give you my boy? Let's say you're like a bulk up set. Into my Iron Boulder. Yeah, tough, very tough turn for us. I think I have to go into Hydreigon here. Let's see the damage. He's sub. Wow, interesting. That's a really good bring. Sub is really strong into me. I should have just stayed in and hit him. Good play from him. Does a U-turn break this sub? Doesn't if he's max HP. Might have to Dark Pulse here. Drain Punch. Doesn't do too much. I'm gonna Dark Pulse once to guaranteed break the sub. If he's bulk up, we're in huge trouble. He Drain Punches. Okay, what is up with my calc? Am I calcing something really wrong here? Because according to this, he should never be doing that, even if he's max attack adamant. Max attack adamant, Drain Punch is 40 points. My calc, something's very wrong with my calc. I'm obviously not blaming the calc, okay? But something is very wrong, and I don't know what it is right now. Because a lot of these calcs have been very off. I don't know. My mons are not a level 50, so I don't know what it could be. He subs, good play. So he sub Drain Punch, we know that. He's healing. I didn't actually check earlier if he was lefties. Doesn't appear to be. Grass Torrent disappears. Do we even break with a U-turn? I should have checked turns. U-turn has a good roll to break if he's max HP, so I'm going to click it. He clicked sub again, so we are going to see a misclick, which is very unfortunate for him. At least, I assume it's a misclick. It doesn't break sub. We get the one, unless he's like max fist. I'm so confused. He maybe is like expert belt, max HP, max attack, adamant. Even then, I got like a super low roll to not break the sub. I am just gonna start hitting him with Screamtail through the sub with psychic noises, so he cannot heal. Because I don't like healing. Does he make the swap? He still has a lot of major threats. He does make the swap. Good play. Luckily Tinglu's long, because that was like the main thing. It is Hydrapple. Does Psychic Noise prevent Regenerator? New question has been found. We will be searching this up. Does Psychic Noise break Regenerator? Does Psychic Noise stop Regenerator? No, Psychic Noise is not some... That is unfortunate that it doesn't affect that. Do I need to be wishing up my Hydreigon? I think I do. If he's just going to be swapping around. These boots on this thing are super annoying. It's a very good bring. He does swap out again. Apparently, I think we both might have made that search. Into Vertigo. This is the first thing this time this thing's hit the field. It is Regieleki. This could be a spin. Do I have any reason to swap here? I don't know if I do. I guess it's to get in my Hydreigon. I nearly just left the battle. That would have been not fun. Is getting up my Rillaboom crucial here? I think getting up my Hydreigon is very crucial. We're never faster than this, even with our Scarf if he's max speed. But if he's like creeping Iron Boulder, then we are faster. I do believe. I think. No, I think actually we changed it so that our Scarf is not faster than creeps of Iron Boulder. Let's see what he plays. He just sets Reflect. That's fine. We have Brick Break on the Rillaboom for a reason. And there's no more Pecharunt, which is nice. Don't quite fully heal, but he is probably clicking a light screen here. So that's fine. If I had to guess, he's clicking a light screen. A lot of U-turning from me. Does he rapid spin, actually? That's a better question. Let's find out if we're faster than this, if he's like not very speedy invested at all. Screens is a scary set from this. He withdraws. Interesting. So, good U-turn for us. It's into the Hydrapple, which is just healing to full. And I don't know if I can break this anymore. Like, I don't know if I ever can. Poison Jab definitely isn't breaking it right now. Psychic Noise should stop Regenerator. I'm signing a petition. Why does it not stop Regenerator? I kind of want to, almost want to click the knockoff and try and get rid of this thing's boots. But I am going to Brick Break because I think this is the turn that Ogerpon Hearthflame comes out now. And that thing is a monster. He stays in and lets me just break his screen away. That's nice. I'll take it. Just clicks a Fickle Beam. Oof, that hurts. I will now U-turn. Should have knock-offed actually there. That was the turn I knock off to get him taking rocks. Or is it? Because I want to get in Screamtail on the hit. Does Screamtail even take hits from this thing? I don't know. Certainly doesn't deal damage to it apparently. Yeah, I should have knock-offed. He's at 50. He's just gonna, he might just Fickle Beam again. He might even get the All Out. I'm definitely going Screamtail. I think my win con is I have to hit this Hydrapple. He nasty plots. Really good play. I have to Psychic Noise you to stop you healing with Giga Drain. Does it block the move Giga Drain entirely? I don't know. Because if it does, that's really nice. Yes! It can't use Giga Drain. Beautiful. And he cannot heal on the terrain. And now we wish, I think. Yeah, now we wish. As he stays in and is going to Earth Power me to death. Oh, that's nice. It's very nice. You are prevented from healing. You are no longer prevented from healing. The grass disappeared. It's actually better for me. I'll Psychic Noise again. If I get healed, I get healed. This is a rough game, isn't it? This is certainly an action-packed one. He does obviously swap. Good play. I'm going to get damage on something here. Into Vertigo. I forget what that is. The Palafin? No, it's the Regieleki. We're going to get a good Psychic Noise, good amount of damage onto this. And you're prevented from healing. I think, do I wish again? Is this my chance to get in Hydrapple again? I think I have to wish. ET Waves, good play. That means that he can outpace me now and Giga Drain. That's actually a really good play. Well done. I can wish though, and getting my Rillaboom healthy. See, he just Volt Switches for free here. Or goes for a screen, one of the two. This is going to be a tough turn. I think he doubles into Hearth Flame for the first time this game. Nothing sitting in the back waiting to sweep me. I will swap first, which means he did not swap, and he probably just clicked Volt Switch. This is pretty free. Does it come down? Let's find out. He Rapid Spins rocks. Good play. Really good play. Good for Hearth Flame. In exchange, I do get to heal up my Rillaboom, though, which I really enjoy. For a lot of HP. See, he's faster. He might just Thunder Wave again, in all honesty. I'm a U-turn. Or do I knock off? I'm a U-turn. There's no more rocks this game. Actually, there is, because I can put them up with Scream Tail. Thought they were on treads for a second there. This game has gone on so long that even I'm forgetting what's happening. He's making more progress than me, though, I feel. I mean, I'm chipping this Aleki, and Palafin took a bit of damage. He has Sub-Drain Punch. Sub-Drain Punch. Grassy Glide from Rillaboom is a win con in the endgame, just to remember. Does a lot of damage to that Palafin. Does a lot of damage. This Path Flame is the only thing I think stopping Rillaboom from just going in this turn. He could swap. He reflects. Good play. Really good play. Incredible play, in fact. This is going to invite my Hydreigon in to U-turn again. Should have Brick Breaked. Should have Brick Breaked. He's reading me like a book this game. Gonna go Hydreigon and U-turn. How many turns of terrain? There's 3. Okay. I'm gonna... Oof, Draco could be a play, but I'm gonna U-turn. He light screens. Good play. Does allow me to break him, though, with the Rillaboom. So these screens will be gone. He spins, screens, Thunder Wave. So there is no Volt Switch, which is really nice. Get a little bit of healing on Rillaboom here, and we get to break these screens down. If he goes Hearth Flame, I don't mind too much, because you do a good chunk of damage. I will Brick Break. It's Thunder Wave, which is probably the correct play. Please don't get paralyzed. He's just going to start paralyzing everything. It's just going to be a battle of para. Fusion. And we're going to get paralyzed. Woohoo. That would have been a really good turn for us because we could have Brick Break and then hit it. And that's going to make this game horrible to play. Beautiful. Just as I like it. He does go to Hearth Flame, I'm assuming. Disco. No, it's into the Hydrapple, and this is just healing forever. We do break both screens, though. I'm just going to knock off this time, I think. Gross disappears, I don't mind. He's going to plot again. Good play. Probably win the game via that plot. I'm going to knock off. And now I'm going to U-turn, I think. I'm going to get rid of those boots. Now I have to U-turn. No Giga Drains, nice. No Grossy Train, I mean, for Giga Drains is also nice. He's at 50. Surely I KO this with a Boulder P-Jab now. Iron Boulder. Poison. He's Fickle Beams. Did he go all out? Because he did a lot of... that is really... If I just got all outed, that is horrible. Do I have to throw this now? I think I do have to throw away the Boulder. Because I need Rillaboom really badly in the endgame. And I cannot afford to die to a Fickle Beam. But I died to a Fickle Beam because I have no idea what set this is. Giga Drain, incredible play. Incredible play. He made he won the game off that read. GG's. My calc's broken. I don't know what to say. Unless he went all out there, I looked away. Yeah, there's no way I can break this now without Boulder to Poison Jab it. It's over, GG's. Like, Heat Wave does no damage from Hydragon. Yeah, my Heat Wave is doing 14. Like, I can't trust this because he's a fairy type. Yeah, apparently I do 30%. That's a Palafin, oh my god. Maybe I'm just making misplays. Probably am. Pickle Beam. He is a fairy. I do no damage. How fun. I think I'm still faster though and I can Psychic Noise, but this is saddening. He's gonna Earth Power me for a lot of damage. Yeah, he basically healed to full, didn't he? And now I lose completely and utterly. I had to U-turn that turn. I just had to click U-turn. That was my play. Just eat the Giga Drain and then get out of there and get into Boulder. He played really well. Cowtow's played this game incredibly. I got really unlucky with some powers, but that happens in this game. He paralyzed me to get that chance, so I'm not going to complain about it. That's what he was looking for when he did it. We are still faster, good. He can't Giga Drain. But he will just Earth Power through us now, yeah. There's nothing I can do about that. Spadef drop? Why not? Why not, honestly? Why not? Just do that to us. We have to go Hydragon and do something. I don't know what the something is. We can no longer heal our Rillaboom, it's way too low. It doesn't get that prediction, right? Because we don't levitate, but... Should have had Flash Cannon on this. This was poor play. He's no longer prevented from healing. Lovely. I cannot beat this thing. So I have to sacrifice my team. I have to get Heat Wave damage on it. Because he's just gonna Fickle Beam me. There's no reason not to Fickle Beam me. I'm probably misplaying this. I can make this go like another 15, 20 turns, but there's no point. I can't break through this team without Boulder anymore. He just eats a Heat Wave. Good play. He fickles and goes all out. He didn't need that, but he gets it anyway. I don't know what the final score is. It's probably like a 4-0. I can maybe claw things back. I don't think I can claw things back is the thing. Like, a Grassy Glide doesn't kill from here. And I'm very confused because my cat... I don't know how much this thing is going to do because apparently it's immune to calculations. And that doesn't kill, unfortunately. This is... And he's going to want to go for diff, so he's going to swap. Which is, like, fully fair to him. Of course you'd go for diff in this scenario. Why wouldn't you? Yeah, just go for diff. Ogerpon? Yeah, that's Ogerpon. I haven't seen that name before. There we go. No rocks. Is Mold Breaker. We do Breakthrough Para. Doesn't take barely anything. I think he's got a good Spadef stat. Not going to be able to heal from the terrain. Can't be burned. Can't be anything. We just die here. He got prevented from healing first, so it's faster. Just Swords Dancers. Yeah, fair play. Just go for the Cudgel now. No, can't move. And just Cudgel me, please. There we go. GG's to Cowtow. Very poor start to the season for us. I can only blame myself. I'm not gonna blame the team because I piloted them poorly this game. Losing the boulder on the turn was just poor play from me. I should have just let Rillaboom go. Same time I need Rillaboom for the Palafin, but I could have maybe beat it with Hydreigon instead. Done something. Maybe I should have saved the Skeledurge Tera. Letting Skeledurge go as early as I did was unfortunate on my end. That Hydrapple, I have to ask what it is, because it should not be doing that much damage to me. But GG's to Cowtow, and I'll see you all next week for week 2. Bye bye.